All right, looks like we're live. Welcome everybody to another edition of Hungry for Hope. I'm Big Time Tim Kudges, and I'm here with my co-host. It's Reckless Donnie Hart. You can't hear him. He's trying to talk, but you can't hear him. There he goes. We can hear you now, Donnie.
My mic is now unmuted. It was muted. We're going to talk to Toxic Mike about why my mic was muted. I can guess a couple reasons why my mic was muted. Here's Toxic Mike. Toxic Mike, I'm Reckless Donnie Hart here. As I couldn't tell the people, my mic was muted.
Your mic was muted because people that are listening at home noticed that podcasts of people will not notice that I had to play your intro music twice because Big Time Tim Kudges just disappeared from the Ethernet ether and was no longer there. So I had to wait for him, play it twice, and then get back to the show.
Mike, I don't know how many times I have to tell you when I go to share the link, I'm going to go out. Oh, before we get started, special happy birthday to my girlfriend, Monique. It's her birthday today.
Well, boys, have a good show and happy birthday.
Monique, happy birthday. And we would also like to dedicate this show to former professional wrestler, Shad Gaspard. He wrestled with WWE under Crime Time. Tim was a big fan of his. I was a big fan of him as a wrestler and as a person. He was a great guy. He passed away, saving his son's life. And Venice Beach, was it, Tim, right?
Yeah, it was Venice Beach. It was a tough story, right? So he was out with his 10-year-old son swimming, and they got caught in some type of riptide. When the lifeguards went out there to save him, he made sure to tell them, he's like, save my son first. By the time the lifeguard got back after saving his son, a wave crashed over. They couldn't see him anymore, and they found his body at some point this morning after.
So he risked his life to save his son's life.
He gave up his life to save his son's life.
Now, Shad, he was a guy from Brooklyn, New York. He's from the streets. His dad was actually a gang enforcer for Frank Lucas. You familiar with Frank Lucas, Tim?
Yeah, they got told on a bunch of people and got a movie made.
Yeah, Snitch from American Gangster. They did a movie. Who was that? Denzel Washington, or?
Yeah, I mean, he killed that movie, but yeah, it was based off of somebody it shouldn't have been.
Yeah, well, his dad was actually a enforcer. You know, this guy came from the streets of Brooklyn. He was a legitimate fighter. Started fighting, doing bare knuckle and all sorts of boxing, and WWE took a look at him. He was a basketball player. He was a big dude. I think he was a bouncer for Snoop Dogg, and then he got into professional wrestling, you know, and he was a great guy. I saw him do a lot in the community. You know, he died saving his son's life. What else can you say about the guy, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's not much. He's a hero. And he went out being a hero, and for that, he should always be remembered. Not just
we got a lot of wrestling fans and non-wrestling fans. You know, we're going to dedicate this show to him. So big time. We got off that. That's a great thing. Tell everybody, you almost had to cancel the show today. You're having some medical issues.
Yeah, I mean, it's only my luck that while this whole pandemic is going on, I somehow managed to catch a case of the shingles, which is, if anybody's ever had it before, certainly painful. But you know, I can keep pushing through. I'm not gonna disappear on the show or nothing like that. We're gonna keep fighting.
Please don't disappear, Tim. We need you here. So, how did you get these shingles?
I have no idea. I mean, it just happens. I had them once before when I was a teenager. It kind of pops up. I think it's stress related. I'm working a lot. You cause me a lot of stress, you know.
So you had it before. Can you work out? How can you help your shingles, Tim?
I mean, just take the medicine that they give you. Luckily, I have this thing through my insurance where you don't actually have to go to a doctor or urgent care. You just
Tim, that's a great story. I heard you say you can work out, right? That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, if you're looking for a place to work out, I got a buddy. He got a gym. Mm-hmm. You familiar with Belmar, New Jersey? It's about, 15 minutes from you, Tim. Atilis Gym.
think it's called the city where dreams come true. I don't know, something like
You
that.
know,
City never sleeps.
you heard about this, Tim. I talk to you about it every day. This guy in Belmar, New Jersey, Atilis Gym, two guys. One guy, Frank, he was owner of Rock Bottom. He's a local guy. They opened their gym. Doesn't sound like a big deal, right, Tim?
Normally, now it wouldn't.
Well, it's against the government's orders. These guys they're going against the governor's order. You know, we sit back, we watch. There's a lot of people who are for him and a lot of people against him. But, you know, you got to give the guy credit. They said they were going to open it. And they said, the guy, Frank, said the only way he's not going to open that gym is if you send him to jail. What's up, Danny Diamond? How you doing? So what do you feel about that, Tim? How do you feel about this guy? You know, they're calling him, some people are calling him a patriot. Some people are calling him an idiot.
You know, it's a tough situation, right? You don't want people to continuously get sick and the stuff to spread. But if they're taking proper precautions, I don't also want somebody to lose their livelihood based off this pandemic. So it's kind of one of those double-edged swords, right? So I could say I'm for it one way or the other, but I understand both sides.
You know, regardless of how you feel, the one thing I said, the guy's backing up his talk. The both guys, and Frank and his partner, they said they're going to do it. You can see pictures of them. They're getting tickets. Their gym members are actually getting arrested, Tim. Some of them. They're getting tickets. They're being cited. One was put in handcuffs, all for working out. Can you imagine? Imagine being that guy. I was saying it the other day. You're known as the guy who got arrested for doing bicep curls, you know? I wish I got arrested for doing bicep curls. How?
It's easy to say it like that, but really you got arrested for going against the governor's orders.
He was doing bicep curls. Did you see the guy's arms? Could you imagine? Imagine being in this gym. You're in the gym. The whole world's outside looking at you. The media's there. Fox News is there. All these nuts and everything. And you're in there just doing fucking arms. And then you come walking out. You're feeling it. You know, you ever do a good arm set, Tim?
Yeah.
Well, when you work out them arms, you're coming out. You're feeling that pump. You're sweating. Testosterone's running. Natural, unnatural, it doesn't matter.
Mostly unnatural, but yeah.
And you walk out, and the cops are there. The media's there, and they put you in handcuffs. I bet the handcuffs couldn't even fit him because his arms were so jacked. That's like the American dream, isn't it? Not being able to fit in handcuffs because your arms are so big.
I don't know if I would want to be that big, but yeah, teach their own.
You never dreamt that. That's a weird thing.
I mean, it's like, it's not the American dream. The American dream is being able to, you know, have a nice house, dogs, kids, picket white fence, not...
And arms that are so big, you can't get arrested for defying governor's orders. Some of us think different. But this Atilis Gym thing's a big thing, but it also, you know, I'm a meathead, but it also comes into part with our show. I didn't talk to Tim about it. I like to bring it up. You know, our show's based on we're hungry for hope, stories of comebacks, and people, you know, might have got off track and are doing great things. Well, the one thing about the one gym owner, it's becoming a pretty big story now. About 12 years ago, 13 years ago, this guy got arrested for murder, the gym owner, at Atilis Gym. A lot of people don't know this, and he got arrested for murder. He was a college student, I think, at Stockton, and he drank one night. A lot of people don't know this. This is the owner of Atilis Gym. He got drunk one night, and he went to sleep. He drank probably 15 beers. That's what he says. I'm just going by what I read. Then he woke up in the morning. He did go to sleep. He had work in the morning. So he woke up to go to work, and he crashed and killed somebody. Kid named Kevin Aid. He was 19 years old. He killed a guy, you know. That's the facts. He drank. He said he didn't realize he was still drunk. You know, I'm sure people have done that. They drank the night before. They woke up. He was going to work, and he killed this guy. He did 5.5 years in jail, Tim. What do you think about that?
I mean, that's kind of an odd story to bring up about him opening a gym, but I mean, it is what he is.
Well, where I bring it in, a lot of people are saying this guy has shown no care for life in the past because he took one. But my take on it is this guy, he did 5.5 years. Might not be a lot for.
He's. It's not like he's just like, I took a life. He's probably remorseful about it.
Absolutely, that's the guy right there. His name's Ann. Right there. He did 5.5 years, and now he gets out and he does everything right, Tim. The guy, as far as I know, is a law-abiding citizen. He was doing so good, he was able to open up this gym, and now they're taking it from him. What does that tell you? Don't you think that's something,
Yeah,
a lot of people don't like him, but what are we telling people? What do you think, Tim?
No, I mean, that has nothing to do. One thing is with the other. Like, he did what he did. We all have stories of fighting back from, the shit that held us back before. But that has nothing to do with the other. They shouldn't. I don't. It's just ridiculous. I don't feel bad for him. He took somebody's life. That's that whole issue. But that has nothing to do with him opening a gym. He opened a gym because he wants to open a gym. And he wants that news coverage, and he's going to get promotion off of it. People are probably going to join the gym more and put other people's lives at risk. So,
but in life, when can we forgive somebody? The guy, a lot of people, some of our viewers are saying he's a scumbag. A couple people are against him. The guy did his crime. He went to jail. He's done everything right. He opened this gym. People are hating on him because it became a national story. When do we forgive people? When can you forgive some? You can't forgive others. Our story is about redemption.
You can forgive him for the one thing, but that has nothing to do with the other. People can bring that up all they want, but for the fact that he opened the gym has nothing to do with that. They can go the angle that, he has no care for human life, and he might not. I mean, he's opening a gym during the pandemic. I get it. He's getting a ton of promotion out of it. He's all over the news. But could that be the reason why? Could there be ulterior motives, or could he just be doing it to save his business? I don't know. I'm not in the guy's head, so I can't give an opinion, even if he's remorseful.
A lot of people don't realize there's two people. They're all blaming him. There's another guy. Frank's the owner. Frank's a great guy. He's been in the community. I bought a lot of supplements off him. His mom, I can't certain she died or she's on her deathbed from corona. Frank's the guy really, pushing the opening of the gym. There's two people. There's not one. There's two. I know people like to talk about the other guy, but you can say that. Are people going to say Frank's selfish? He believes his mother died because she was in the hospital or whatever, and they didn't take the proper precautions. He's a guy who you could argue if he thinks the gym should be open after his mother called it.
What it comes down to, right? They knew they were going to get arrested and get tickets when they went in there and opened it. They were prepared for it. They were starting a big rally. What it comes down to, the bottom line is, are they doing this to save their small business, get people healthy, get people in the gym and getting people back to normal? Or are they doing this for publicity? Are they doing this to get their name all over the news? Are they doing this to kind of blow up and get new members during this pandemic? Are they taking advantage of the situation? I don't know what they're doing. It could be one or the other, but that's the questions that need to be asked, not about the guy's past or not about what's going on in people's personal lives. But that's the main question.
And there's some people who just don't give a fuck. They don't care if Hitler opened the gym. They want to do their biceps. Right, Tim?
Yeah, and that's actually true. And that's a big point. Like, if they want to go into the gym and work out, they're doing it at their own risk.
I know a couple guys who would work out if Satan was the gym owner. Could you imagine working out in Satan's gym?
Well, I would imagine it would be kind of hot and uncomfortable, so I would rather not personally work out.
Can you imagine that bicep pump you're getting, Tim?
Fuck your bicep pumps.
Danny Diamonds, Team Tim. All these people are Team Tim. Well, I don't care. I'm just looking for a good bicep workout, guys.
I think Laura's right. Just
you're
like
not working out with a mask. I don't know who said that. You got to wear a mask. Not when you're working out, though. You got to wear a mask in the building. Not when you're working out. You take off the mask during your set. I don't think it would be safe to keep it on for your set. That's not the rules. You got to have it on in the building. You take the mask off when you're doing your set. But
now here's the thing. My problem is not even this, but the people that drive with masks on. I don't know. Really grinds my gears.
yeah, but Tim, people know everything about masks. Tim, I've had my mask on in the car because I go to the post office. Then I'm running to the grocery store. What, do you want me to keep on taking it off? People got to get off their high horse. I hear so many people, stop driving with your mask on. You don't know why the person's driving with it on.
It's harder to breathe.
Mind your business. Why are you looking at somebody driving? Mind your business, Tim.
It could cause an accident if the person were to pass out with
You're
a
an
mask
accident.
on in the car. I was.
Come on.
I'm not denying that.
You want to drive with your mask on, drive. Mike, we'd love to have you on. Come tell us what you think. Toxic Mike.
All right.
I mean, your opinions are trash, but we'll listen to them.
So it's kind of interesting because I don't agree with everything, a lot of the things that people are saying right now. With gyms, I get the whole thing that the guy is going against orders, but I also,
Mike, I gotta stop you. I've seen too many people saying the guy. Do people not follow the news?
No.
It's not a guy.
Not the guy.
There's two guys.
Not the guy. You're right. Two guys. I meant following orders.
People are getting caught up with the one guy. There's Frank. Frank's the owner. Frank's the one who brought in the other guy.
The quotations was for orders. They're not following orders. The guy.
I don't know what that word means, Mike.
It's easy to say the guy because it's easier to just say one guy. It's easier to say that, so a lot of people are going to do it, even though it's two guys. They don't want
to put the other guy. I think people purposely don't want to put Frank in because Frank's mom, died of corona. Right. Frank's a good guy, so they want to bash the other guy, the guy who was on that Fox News show. You know, they're trying to divide him. If you listen to Frank, the other guy, Frank.
Right. You know, I'm getting love from the ladies. Give me a second. I'm getting love from the ladies. Wait a second. So what I was about to say,
show, brother.
What I have to say doesn't have to do with.
I don't care what you have to say, brother. You're on my show. Welcome to my world. Toxic Mike wants to come on my show and tell me what he has to say.
I wasn't going to come on. I was in the chat room.
Oh, that's what she said, brother. You're on the show now, Mike. The microphone's in your face. Please talk. Nobody's holding you back.
So here we go. So the whole
Mike,
thing is,
you just tell us your opinion. It's getting real annoying.
Jesus Christ! The dude's wearing a beanie hat. I don't know if he's skiing or talking on my show.
It's like 75. It's like 75 degrees out, but whatever. Wear what you want.
So right about now, it's been however many weeks, pretty much 2 months, 3 months, whatever of this whole thing going on. I totally get and understand people getting frustrated. I'm at that point where I was one of the most careful, cautious people throughout this whole pandemic. And even I'm starting to get a little antsy and starting wanting, it just takes its toll on you, first off. Second off, then you have people who have businesses, who have to provide, who are worried about their businesses, their livelihood, what they built, what they worked for so hard and tried to build, slipping through their fingers. I mean, I'm growing a business. We're all a part of a business in some way, shape, or form here. And to build something up to it, actually having a storefront and having customers and to have that fall through your fingertips, that's got to really weigh on you hardcore. And finally, so that all adds to the point of wanting to open back up. You've got food you've got to put on your kids' table. You've got your business you don't want to go into the ground. Now, these guys have stated that they have taken proper precautions. Now, I agree. A regular gym, how we all see it in everyday life, if we went to Planet Fitness or this gym here, gyms are a horrible place for social distancing. But if you do actually take the time and effort to space stuff out, and if these two guys are hands-on guys and they're there the whole time that their clients are there as well, their gym goers, their membership people are there, they can better social distance inside of that gym than they can in any ShopRite, in any Walmart, in any shopping, in any CVS. They can social distance better there than anywhere else, and they can keep track of the social distancing there. They might not be able to wear masks, but they can make sure that people are 6 feet apart. They can make sure that people are washing their hands, and they can sit there with a bottle of disinfectant and clean every last bit after anybody uses anything to make sure that it is sanitary.
So, Toxic Mike, you think the gym should be open?
Yes.
So why isn't
Would you
Toxic
go?
Studio open?
And work out at the gym?
Yes.
So why isn't Toxic
what body
Studio
part?
open?
What's that?
What body part would you work out? I know the guys at the gym. If I can get you in there,
I usually I go for my
8:00.
upper. I go for my upper body, and I love cardio.
You love cardio? What are you,
You
girl?
just run
You love
outside.
cardio.
Why can't I love cardio? It's fucking relaxing. It's my zen.
Relaxing? Smoking
Yes.
pot's relaxing. Watching Netflix is relaxing. The viewers
clear.
are saying the beanie's hot, Mike.
It's clearly opposite day for Laura.
I bet it is hot. Could you imagine wearing a beanie? It's hot. Yes, it's absolutely hot.
So we got people in the chat room that are agreeing with me. And again, I know it's not the popular opinion. I know it's not what a lot of people are saying. Food shopping is essential. Yes, it is. I totally agree. The gym is not essential, but the gym
But the guy did everything, right?
I would rather have the gym over the beach and the boardwalk.
Do we have any inside pictures of that
Well,
gym?
who wants
of
to go to
people
the beach?
exercising?
What do you need, Tim?
So
Pictures of inside the gym of people exercising to see
Oh,
that
yes,
it's probably
absolutely.
spaced out.
let me see if I can find any.
But
Because
You
we
know.
had Tim Witherspoon Jr. on here last week, right? He owns a gym, a boxing gym, where it's probably a little bit easier to keep people 6 feet apart. There's bags, there's space them out, stuff like that.
Tim Witherspoon
He's still-
Jr., we had him on, yeah.
He still doesn't have his gym open, or it might have been 2 weeks ago. Last, I don't know. They all merged together at this point.
Right. If you have
But-
if you have treadmills and you cut off every treadmill or 2 treadmills in between, if you have workout equipment that you space them out evenly, you can absolutely do it.
We could space out Toxic Studio 6 feet apart. Why isn't that open?
Mike, so are you saying you're willing to open Toxic Studio?
I actually, before we went on air, I was in a conversation with Tim about how I am in works to
Hold on, what,
open
you
it
and
up.
Tim talk behind my back? Or
Well, not behind your back. You just didn't join us soon enough, sir.
I'm out
But
there
anyway.
saving the world, Mike.
Right. In
I
your
was
dreams.
at Atilis Gym doing biceps.
So we were discussing already. I am making plans, and we were discussing the fact that it might be sooner than later that I will be opening up the studio again to have you guys all come back in if you feel comfortable enough to come back in. Because
I don't feel comfortable, but it has nothing to do with the virus. If you're wearing that beanie hat,
show us
I don't feel comfortable.
Show us on Puppet Mike where he touched you, and then he'll just scream, "Oh no, the wing!"
So if everybody's not
wings.
aware, Mike,
It got dark real quick, Mike.
we filmed the show at Toxic Radio. We're podcast. We film at Toxic Radio. It's a radio studio
He hasn't
ran by
opened it.
Toxic Mike. The studio has been closed since.
It has been because I was
Since
responsible and closed it down. Yes,
It
There are
was closed since our last show there, actually.
right. It was like the last week in March, first week in April,
When we
whatever
had
they
Destiny
started
on the
shutting down.
show.
Our, yes, that was the last show that happened in there.
So we've been doing shows. This isn't our normal format. We're usually in a nice studio,
Mhm.
and we got some guests usually.
Well,
Yeah.
Since we've been off, we don't really want to bring on too many guests. We like to have in the studio. You can't beat in that studio with El Wingador eating wings and
Pumping my
Destiny
puppet.
giving mouth to mouth.
I mean,
Can't
use
beat that, right?
use
Yeah,
the
but-
term nice looking studio a little loosely, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Well, I mean, after you guys are in and trash the whole place. But anyway, yes, we are looking to open up Toxic Studio sooner than later.
So you're
As it
going against the
stands.
governor's orders, Mike. You're a patriot?
You should just did it today to get on the news and get the free publicity.
Actually, I am not going against government regulations.
Get your
Broadcasting,
words together, Mike. This could go viral. Get your words together, brother. Radio
broadcaster-
studio goes against governor's order.
broadcasters are essential. That's why if you listen to Preston and Steve in the morning on WMMR, Preston, Steve, and Casey Boy are all in studio.
That's great. That's awesome, Tim. Tim's not here. That's awesome.
No,
But anyway,
That's great to hear.
we are essential. But I decided as a business owner to say I wanted to close it down because I have a day job. If people know me, I do have a day job, and my day job, I am an essential worker where I go day in and day out to my job. And I decided, since I'm an essential worker there, I wanted to look after all of my shows and make sure they are safe. At this point, and where New Jersey stands and where we stand in particular, where the studio lies, I feel confident enough that with myself wiping down the studio before and after shows and keeping a good enough distance and doing the whole elbow bump when we see each other, I believe that we are now safe and we can reopen it back up, even though during this whole time we could have been broadcasting from it.
But Mike, getting back to the safety, a lot of people just like to talk. They don't really look into things. This Atilis Gym, if they really did their homework, there's videos, there's pictures out there. What's up, Far Stars? How you doing? But there's pictures. You can look up. These guys are going out of their way. They made a plan. They didn't just open their gym recklessly. They didn't open it like that. You're signing waivers. They're taking your temperature when you come in the gym. Yep. Everything is 6 feet apart. They're giving everybody a bottle of disinfect. These guys are, if Walmart can open and Target and all these billion-dollar, million-dollar companies, with all the big money, why can't, mom and pop gyms open that are willing to do everything?
And anybody that goes,
Mike, if you got two choices, imagine you got two choices. You open your gym, doing all the necessary precautions, going out of your way, or you fold. You watch your dream, the dream that you worked your whole life. This guy did 5.5 years in jail. He came out. He did everything right. He busted his ass. Him and the other guy, they put all their money into this gym, and now they're going to have to file bankruptcy.
Here's my question. The picture Mike just showed, right? So I understand opening your gym for that reason, right? You want to make money. You want to be able to survive. But why do the whole show? Why do the whole show outside? Why not just open your gym, have it open for the members, maybe sign up new members instead of
America. We live in America, brother.
Instead of getting on the news, and using it for publicity.
A lot of people were telling me they were so pissed off at all the people outside chanting USA,
and because they're businessmen.
No.
It's a
gimmick.
It's not even a gimmick. It's not a show. It's an opportunist. Okay, even though they might have done it in the very beginning, because
opportunist is a good word.
I
don't know what it means, but continue.
Food needs to be on the table. They don't want to lose their business. They're grasping the hold on as tight as they can because that's what everybody's doing. But they, with what they did, were able to get the media's attention, national media attention. How the hell do you not want to feed that a little bit more? Because their business now is golden, no matter what.
I know people who are going to cancel their memberships and go there.
Right, because
you got that right. He said,
as a business operator, I would do the same exact thing. I might have you start off with the intentions of, I want to save my business, save my livelihood. But if that happens, you got to take advantage of it.
You heard it from Mike. You got to take advantage. Toxic Mike. Mike, another part, we're going to keep going with this gym thing. Here's a real interesting part that a lot of people don't know. Like I said, people throw out opinions and hatred and there's two owners first, Danny Diamond. A lot of people are saying the owner. There is two owners.
Can you please stop saying the owner because Donnie's going to keep going off on tangents.
My God.
It's
one
a trigger.
Might be a clown and one might not be a clown.
It's a trigger.
It's like when you try to tag him in a Facebook post and he throws a whole shit fit.
Well, Tim, let's get back. Let's get focused. So I want to bring another part of this story that people who just throw opinions around without doing their research, haven't looked up. The one funny part, there's been gym owners, Mike. They've been trying to get a meeting with the governor. The one guy is Chris. Atilis Gym in Belmar is a franchise. It started down in Wildwood. There's Frank. There's the other owner, not a clown. Great guy.
I just wanted to point out, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I wanted to point out the sign that's outside of their store that says, "Let's work together, Mr. Murphy. Together we can do this."
They hate Murphy. I don't know who put that there, but anyway, if people don't know that, I'm in a lot of stuff, Danny. I could be in it. It doesn't matter. It's not here.
I just want to cut at a paid sponsorship. As long as you guys give me a cut, I'm good.
So Atilis Gym is a franchise. It's down in Wildwood. I got a lot of fucking bicep curls done down the Jersey Shore. So they opened one in Belmar, but this guy bought it. He's not connected to the one in Wildwood. The original owner didn't want this guy to open. That's Ann. He went on the show. The original owner said, don't open. Don't do this protest because we got a meeting with the governor. Governor Murphy went behind these guys' back and set up a meeting with gym owners and said, we're going to have this meeting, but if we have this meeting, could you please ask that asshole in Belmar not to open his gym? So all these guys called up the guys in Belmar and said, don't open your gym. And they said, no, fuck you. They opened. A lot of people said they wanted the spotlight, but this is causing a big war. Gym ownerships and
So wait, Murphy wanted to have a meeting with them, and then they still opened anyway.
But he set the meeting up. He blew this meeting off for weeks, Tim.
Okay.
He didn't say he was going to have the meeting. And know what day he put it for? Monday, the day the gym was opening, but not till nighttime.
So you push it back a couple days.
No, you can't. When you got momentum like that, and you're opening the gym, the guy was on that show, Tucker Carlson. He was on Fox News. He had everybody behind him, all these Patriots. You can't back that down. Yeah, he was on this show.
You can. So you could say, hey, I'm gonna sit down with Governor Murphy, give us a few days, and then we'll reassess. See how that.
Tim, have you ever been a Patriot? Do you have any past? I don't know your jobs. Any of your jobs? I know you work the phone. Have you been a Patriot in the past?
I love my country, but I watched a TV show before. That's not how a
Patriot. A Patriot. I'm not talking about Tom Brady. I'm talking about America.
Now here, all right, well, should we go throw tea in the fucking ocean? I don't know what you.
Here's another thing about this.
Mike, what do you think?
Here's another thing about this whole thing. I'm seeing posted a lot on social media that people don't understand. Nobody broke the law. That's why nobody was able to get arrested.
I've broken the law. What are you talking about?
These executive orders that these guys Governor Murphy put out, the executive orders are to say don't do this or else you'll be fined. It is not to do with anything that his executive orders do not in any way, shape, or form make these laws. So nothing about this is a law. That's why the police officers.
This is unnecessary.
But that's why the police officers, when they initially went to the gym, when they first showed up, all they did was say, okay, we want to announce to everybody you are in violation of these executive orders. And then they said, have a good day. And they left. They showed up the next time
they showed up that same day, Mike.
Okay.
They gave them warnings, tickets or whatever.
Right. That's what they got. So they got citations. So the citations are what you're going to get. They could lose their license. They could be fined more money, but nobody can be arrested for doing this. Now, they could lose their business from doing this, but they're not going to because they're so huge right now. They could lose their business and they're
huge because the gym's open. That's how you get huge.
Right. They could be getting fined more and more money. The only way people get arrested is by not following the orders of the officer. The one guy who did get arrested got arrested because he wouldn't give the officer his name. Because
Mike, have you ever done bicep? I'm doing bicep curls. I'm feeling pumped that somebody's going to ask me for my ID. Are you kidding me?
Hold on for a second, right?
He's lucky he didn't get hit. I'm doing my biceps and my testosterone's running, and I don't want to give my ID. Are you kidding me? Are you saying every time I do my chest workout, my biceps, I should give my ID?
Yes.
So you're saying a person, two people that want to run a company, they're afraid their business is going to close down because of this, could in fact, they're risking losing their license, being fined daily to where they don't make any money to do this. That's what you're saying.
Right.
Okay. All right. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Again, it does make a lot of sense because you got two things. You got you either got break. You either got break the executive order and run your business and lose it, or don't break the executive order and still lose it. So at least they're fighting for it, and they got publicity, and they're not going to lose their business. They made the
Mike,
proper
that's exactly
move
what I
if
said.
they were going to lose it.
What do?
You're damned if you do. You're damned if you
stand on your
don't.
knees and just give your business away.
Right.
You're pushed into a corner. People don't realize that.
How do you stand on your knees?
Yeah. What do you do?
That's the real
why
question.
I respect these guys. I'm not on one side of the fence. I already said this.
Yeah. And these guys
I understand both sides.
And these guys
but
were
you gotta
smart as
respect
shit.
the guys for standing up.
Yes.
And not giving their business over.
And these guys are smart as
I've
shit.
seen it.
To start
Every day I go online, people are closing their business.
They're smart as
Gyms
hell.
that have been open.
To start a GoFundMe. Wait.
Can we post the link so somebody that agrees with me can come on here and talk?
And they're smart as hell to start a GoFundMe to pay all these fines, because then it doesn't come out of their pocket and they get to continue their business.
Mike,
what's smart
I donated to the GoFundMe. I'll donate again.
Oh, fucking Donnie donated to it.
Yeah, good call, Steph.
No, it's not a good call. They're good businessmen. They're doing whatever they can because in this scenario that they are in, they can.
Now, Mike, that's the one. There's another. What do you call it? A drinking establishment? A bar. Out by you. I don't know if I really want to. Yeah, I want to say the name. It's called the Mount Royal Inn. Are you familiar, Mike?
No.
It's a bar right near you. It's part of West. It's in Mount Royal. It's a little bar. It's been around for like 200 years, the building.
All right.
It served people during the wars. Well, they were open for takeout.
Okay.
And so what they were doing is they were keeping the bar open, and they were telling people to get a little takeout bag and sit at the bar and pretend they were waiting for the rest of their order. And the people were sitting there for hours. They were serving people alcohol. They got caught. And then they got caught again.
Yeah.
And then they got caught again. And they got to GoFundMe. What's up, Kim? How you doing? So they're not, I don't know if I'd call them patriots. They're great people. But they weren't taking the precautions. I don't agree with all these businesses open. Somebody opens their business. I like how these guys did it. That's what people don't understand. They think I'm just some meathead who's happy a gym's open so I can do biceps. Well, that's true.
Bars
can be wrong.
Bars can open up without. Bars can open up with outside, like on the deck or outside of their bar. Set up a couple of tables. Have only two person to a table sitting across from each other. Boom! Open up bars.
But who wants to go to the bar if you can't do bicep curls before you go to the bar?
That is true. That's you got a good point there.
Could you imagine drinking that beer? Your arms not even pumped.
Yeah, you got to have them already ready. So when you,
I feel like I'm in a fun house right now.
Welcome to my world, Tim.
But yeah, I agree. I agree a lot with Donnie. I'm very surprised.
Of course you do. You wear beanies.
Of course he does. I'm not a patriot. I'm just throwing that word around kidding. I think it's funny because you got to realize you get some of these,
what's up, Laura?
Crazy people at this gym opening. They didn't care about the gym. They just wanted to protest, and they had their signs and their political agendas. Them people were funny too. I look at both sides, Mike. I think all of our viewers should look at both sides. They shouldn't make opinions that aren't educated. They should look into everything.
Well,
they should know there's two owners. Sides.
Mike doesn't count though, because he's like an Antifa.
You should sit back, take a deep breath, and think about things. Inky agrees with me.
Yeah,
and fuck it. The beaches are open. Who wants to go to the beach if they can't get a good workout in before they go to the beach?
Who wants to go to the beach anyway? It's sandy.
That's like eating a steak without ketchup. You know what I mean?
Now that's a bigger crime than all of this. Not that these guys are trying to open up. It's that we're opening up the beaches and the boardwalk just because of Memorial Day. They open up the beaches, the boardwalk, and the tolls. Yeah, so everybody going through the tolls can pay their fucking money to get to the beach, to pay to go on the board, to pay money at the boardwalk, pay money to get on our beaches, because all Jersey beaches you got to pay to get on for most of them. That's one of those friggin'
because the government's getting money when they open these things, Mike. The government.
That's one of those Jaws scenarios where we got to keep the beaches open. That's one of those scenarios.
The government's
That's
getting
big
money.
jobs.
The government's getting money. The government's not getting money.
Because that shark was
from
killing
Atilis
everybody.
Gym.
Everybody. And the mayor came down and said, we'll keep these beaches open.
All right. So I do kind of agree with that. Like, we shouldn't, if we're not going to open everything else, we shouldn't have the boardwalk open, especially since people aren't going to be able to social distance that much. Beach, you technically can, but how are you going to space it out? Like, you going to put tape down on the same?
There's no way.
Well, if the gyms were open, I'd be so jacked up. Nobody would want to come. They'd be scared. So you can't open the beaches if you're not going to have these jacked guys who, they're flexing. Nobody wants to go next to them.
And jacked girls.
Yeah, exactly. You can't open anything without opening the gyms first. That's my opinion. Why get a haircut if you're not going to have, jacked biceps? What's the point? I'd rather have long hair. I don't care. It makes no sense.
Or
Wait,
hair.
I just found a picture inside the gym. So this is
we got a live picture from Atilis Gym.
So wait, let me zoom in on it. So from what I can see, I can't see much from this, but I can see that they've put red tape down to say
they made everything 6 feet apart.
This is where, so you can't move the equipment, because this is all equipment you can normally move. Like this little bench here, people would move that all around. They're saying you can only work out in this little square. So they've actually spaced it all out so that you are far enough away from everybody else in the gym. So there you go.
They did their work, Mike.
There you go.
A lot of people, they didn't research it. These guys, they give disinfect bottle. They got 100 bottles, and they're only opening their gym at what, 20%? I think.
Yeah.
I think they're letting 40 people in. It's not a big gym.
Mm-hmm.
People been there. It's not a huge gym, but they're only letting like 40 people in. You got the disinfect. You got the mask on. You do take the mask off when you do your set.
Here's another thing, Donnie, I got another one for you. It says here, welcome members. Please line up in an orderly manner on the red X's for health and safety. Only 44 members.
Why was everybody doing push-ups outside real close to each other, though? That's confusing.
Why not? This is America, Tim.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't do push-ups in the street, what the hell?
In America, you can.
Yeah. I mean, they were facing the ground. They weren't breathing on anybody.
I fucking hate all of you.
Regardless, we're not on one side or the other. We're not against anybody. I mean, I love the gym. Sure that's no fucking. Come on.
I'm pretty sure you drew the line on your side. I'm not saying you're not for one side or the other. You drew that line already.
Well, I'm not saying all gyms should open. I'm saying the way these guys did it. Guys, as meaning in more than one, they did it the right way. They did it the right way.
So if all gyms do it the right way, then all gyms shouldn't open, is what you're saying?
It's hard to do with these people. They did their homework. They've been working on this. When this first happened, they told them, they're going to be closed for 2 weeks. So they were starting back then. 2 weeks turned into 2 months. These people got to feed their family, Tim. So they've been planning this.
Now, wait a second. I just saw this morning that Disney World was looking to open up soon too, because they've put things in place I'm trying to find the pictures.
What I heard they're trying to do in Disney? I was just talking to somebody. They said Disney was going to open, so they were going to try to bring the NBA to the ESPN Center they got in Orlando and Disney and play the basketball games at Disney if Disney opens. Because Florida laws, sports are a big thing. Sports
Florida don't care.
I was actually, you can still get tickets for being out with, if you're not out for essential business. I was just talking to Tim. What's your buddy's name? Johnny the Grill.
Yeah, Johnny the Grill.
Yeah, the pizza guy. Well, he told me he got a ticket.
The cook.
Yeah, he said he was. I think he delivers pizza or something now. He was delivering pizza, and he got a pizza. He said it was non-essential. He was in what's that, Somerset, Kensington? He was delivering pizza in Kensington. This guy's trying to feed his family. Johnny the Grill, he's a friend of Tim's. He was What was he, Tim? An ex-crack dealer? They gave him a loitering ticket. Can you imagine getting a ticket while you're trying to feed your family? He was out there selling pizzas.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we should
Your
get
friend, Tim, what do you think about this?
Well, he didn't actually have a license to go ahead and make pizzas and sell them on his own. So, you know.
This is the world we live in, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Mike? Do you think Johnny the Grill should be allowed to sell pizzas?
Yes, absolutely. Well, that's food. We've got to be able to sell food. But I was also thinking, if anybody out there knows the owners, I mean, Donnie says that he has worked out there. He's bought supplements from there.
Supplements.
This is Hungry for Hope, and this is a hope story. We should get them on the show.
We've been talking to him, Mike. We want to, and I think we will.
Oh.
Well, Donnie has to talk to him to buy his supplements.
You know,
supplements.
I don't want to get everybody's hopes up, but we're not going to have the owner you want on. We're going to have the other owner if we get him on. You know, we got some friends who work out there. We might have to get Tim off the show that day. I can't have Tim, you know, bashing my meathead buddies, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
just
totally agree.
Tim.
Oh, so honest opinions bashing. What are we in communist China right now?
I don't know what that means, Tim. I barely know where I am, let alone where we are. But as we do in everything, like
can you do bicep curls at home though?
Who wants to do bicep curls at home, Tim?
It's not a home activity.
This quarantine has people acting crazy.
I know. It's not a home activity, Tim. What's wrong with you?
So, Mike.
Yes.
Part of our show, we don't bring a biased opinion. If we have one of the gym owners on, we're also going to have somebody who's against, who doesn't believe in they should open.
All right, so
maybe
Steph will be on.
Who hasn't opened his gym.
So me and Steph versus you and the gym owner. Let's go.
You know,
Steph,
we bring both sides of the story here at Hungry for Hope. And
that is true.
I try to, but they just bully me. So I don't know.
Tim, we gave you the floor. We gave you the spotlight. You didn't bring a good case, Tim.
Yeah, but we're talking about this, but everybody really thinks it's okay for Mike to be wearing a beanie. Like, seriously,
nobody thinks it's okay. Outrage? Nobody.
I'm about to boycott my own show.
It's not your show. It's our show, Tim.
Our show. I'm sorry.
So, Tim, this takes you, you know, we're still talking gym talk, but I know you've been dying to get to it. You've really been pushing it. Your segment. No, not. We're not doing the kicking a baby segment. I've been getting all these people angry. We used to do what was that segment Tim came up with? Is it worse than kicking a baby?
Yeah,
I did not come up with that.
That was a weird one, Tim.
We're not getting rid of it. We're just people reached out and said maybe it's not the best idea.
Never said that.
So we're not doing is it worse than kicking a baby, but we are doing everybody's favorite segment. Big Time Tim tells it as it is.
All right, and I know I got shut down before this, so it's a new installment of Big Time Tim. He tells it like it is. Listen, if you're in a car, you don't have to wear a face mask. Maybe Uber. Maybe you have to wear it for Uber if you're an Uber driver. I get that. It's a business. You have different people coming in and out of your car. But if you're driving around with your buddy, you don't have to be an asshole. You could lose oxygen like the.
Yeah, but why? You might not want to have your buddy. You're driving around with your buddy, Tim. Oh,
is this I'm sorry. Is this Donnie debates Tim when he tells it like it is? No, it's Big Time Tim. He tells it like it is. So you don't need it. I'm saying it's just unnecessary. Do yourself a favor because we don't want you passing out behind the wheel, causing an accident, hurting other people. Just take that face mask off. Pull it down. Pull it down under your chin. Not a big deal. Just do that. You don't have to be in the car. The person you're around in the car with anyway, you've probably been with without a face mask on. So just, chill, relax. Don't wear a face mask. If you're getting gas, I'm cool with it. But don't be driving all around town wearing a face mask. It makes no sense. It could cause accidents. It could cause injuries. Stop being a dick. And don't wear a beanie on a radio show when you're inside the house. It's just fucking disrespectful and arrogant.
What the hell?
Tim, that was a great point. And you always bring great points, Tim.
That's what I do.
But another great point is there's a lot of businesses that are open, not illegally right now, like Atilis Gym. One of them is Northeast Concrete. If anybody needs any concrete done, please reach out to me. Reach out to Northeast Concrete. We're going to do your concrete. You know,
I would call Southwest Concrete, personally.
Northeast Concrete. We're there. And also, a lot of people love coffee. You need some coffee, please. Viewers, go to bean.com. Order some coffee. Say my name. They'll get you the best coffee around. It's a wholesale coffee distributor. They're going through a tough time right now. We'll send you the coffee. They got cold brews. They got, coffee, anything. Go on their website. Free shipping put in as the code. And get your coffee. And what goes good with coffee? Concrete, right? Definitely concrete. So we're doing a concrete job today, and the lady was drinking coffee. So, Tim, do you agree?
This is the only time I'm going to agree with you on this show. But if you're going to order coffee, go to Bean to Bean. It's a local coffee place. I'm an avid coffee drinker. It's the one place to go to. I completely agree. Don't hold it against me because I'm agreeing with Donnie, but I do, so you know it's good. Order it.
And we would also like to give a very, very happy birthday to Monique. Mo, happy birthday. Couldn't be more prouder to say happy birthday to you on this week. Hope you enjoyed your birthday. Tim, what else? Happy birthdays, we did. Coffee, we did. Concrete, we did.
Mike's hat, we did.
Toxic Mike, before we get off, would you like to give any shout-outs? We're doing the shout-outs. You give a shout-out to Atilis Gym. What do you want to do, Mike?
No. So this is what I'm going to tell people to do. Remember that this show is also done in podcast form. Go check it out. Even if you have you've stayed throughout the whole entire show right now, go over and check out past episodes of Hungry for Hope on iTunes, Spotify, the Toxic Radio app, even the Toxic Radio site, which is very mobile friendly. Go check out past episodes. And if you really dig the show and you want to do something to help that doesn't cost you a goddamn cent, go over to iTunes, Apple Podcasts, whatever they call it nowadays. But give this show a 5-star rating and write a little thing in there. Write a little thing about Timmy. Write a little thing about Reckless Donnie. Whatever it is, but write a little something about what you liked about the show or what you didn't like about the show. But go over and give it a 5-star review and write a little something. It helps out the show tremendously. And remember to spread the word. When the podcast comes out, let people know that you're enjoying it. Just post it on Twitter or on Facebook and hashtag MySpace, with all this sparkly glitter. But go ahead and hashtag it Hungry for Hope and hashtag Toxic Radio.
And I'm glad you mentioned
Mike, that's a great point about our show. What episode is this, Mike? 6, 7?
This is episode 7.
So we came on. I have zero radio and podcast knowledge. Big Time Tim was on Fox Sports Radio with Tim Witherspoon. He has, what do you think as the man of Toxic Radio? What do you think? How are we done? How's our numbers? How's our show? Are we doing good? Are we doing okay?
People love the Tim Kudges and Reckless Donnie combo. The numbers are huge. People like really the video version of you guys.
How huge?
We're trying to get the podcast numbers up a little bit. So everybody, please go download the podcast, even if you're not going to listen to it. Even if you've already listened to this,
how do they download the podcast again, Mike?
They could go to the free Toxic Radio app. They could go to the Toxic Radio site at toxicradio.net.
So you can go on your phone.
Yes.
And you can go to apps. You do Toxic Radio.
Toxic Radio.
It's a free app.
And go ahead to go to the podcast section. All the podcasts from Toxic Radio are there in one easy location.
And next episode, Mike's going to give a lucky signed beanie to one of our callers or one of our listeners.
Look,
He's gonna
it's
find it out, sip it
you,
out.
you didn't know it was reversible.
You're reversible, Toxic Mike. So, guys, you heard it from Toxic Mike. Two assholes somehow are doing pretty damn good. So please continue to support us. Savage, Steph, Danny Diamond,
Laura.
everybody, Dave, Marilena, all the people, Laura,
No.
Mike, Joe, everybody who reached out, Jack, everybody who watches our show,
Samson.
Angelo, Inky, Adam, Mo, Mark.
Engelbert.
Keep on supporting us. We might not be Patriots like the guys down at Atilis Gym, but we're staying on. And just so everybody knows, I wore my Arnold Schwarzenegger shirt in support for them brave Patriots. Somebody said they would rather kick a baby, Tim, than date the guy who opened that gym. We're getting away from. We don't kick babies. We don't do that segment. I appreciate it.
That's a Mike segment. He tried pushing it on us. We all felt uncomfortable.
We felt uncomfortable. So all of our fans, kicking the baby segment, no more.
We overruled Mike 2-1 vote.
We're talking about doing the "Is it worse than kicking a puppy" segment, but we'll get to that. We're just kidding with that, but we are.
Is it worse than pumping biceps during a quarantine?
Everybody, we can't thank you enough for supporting us.
You're the best.
We hope you enjoyed the show. This is Big Time Tim Kudges and Reckless Donnie Hart, and we're out of here. Stay hungry, guys. We're out of here.